guys, it's Jessica from Peace Love Books, and today I'm here with my April TBR. April's going to be a crazy month. I have 2 book signings I'm going to, so that is like 2 weeks out of my month. That is going to be crazy. So we'll see how much reading I get done. I don't know if I'll read mostly like Kindle. I know I will have a ton of audiobooks, so some of these are ones I know I can get on audio, so that's why they're on my TBR, and we're just gonna go to get to it. I am filming super early because I have a trip that I'm leaving on Wednesday. It is the 17th that I'm actually filming this, but I will be posting it later in the next week because I'm trying to get ahead. So I don't know all of my book club picks, but I do know 2 of them. So Ravished by Romance with me and Lacey, we have not picked our next book yet. We are reading This Could Be Us by Kennedy Ryan in March, and we'll see what we decide to pick up next month. But for Historical Hellions, we are reading Tapestry by Karen Rainey. We have had like okay picks so far this year, so hopefully we like this one. This one I believe was the pick of, who was talking about it? It was either Christy or Samantha. I can't remember which one was talking about this, but he is a masked hero, and that's all I know. So this is what the cover looks like. That is the back. I think I ended up finding this on eBay, possibly. If you don't ever have our picks, they usually are super cheap on eBay. So I have this one. We'll see how it goes. And then with my Patreon, we read a Nora Roberts book a month, and it has been so fun. Like, all of us have been reading and rating them 4 or 5 stars, which makes me so happy. And we just have so much fun talking about her books during our live shows once a month. So if you're interested, my Patreon is always linked down below. But we are reading Northern Lights this month. This one is the one that takes place in Alaska, and he is actually a cop, and he lost his partner, and he's still really traumatized over that event. So he moves to a small town in Alaska to be the, I don't know if he's the chief of police, but he like works there. And the heroine is a pilot, and there is a murder that had happened a long time ago in the town that was never solved, and he believes the killer's still on the loose. I don't know if it's someone in town, I don't know, but we read The Search last month. It's one of my new favorite Nora Roberts books. So good. So super excited to read another one of hers with my Patreon. And we have another pick from my TBR jar from my Patreon. We have lots of different options in here for they get to drop what books they want me to read, and I put them in here. So the pick for April, I still have not read my March pick yet. I might read that on my trip. We'll see. But we are going to read Kiss an Angel by Susan Elizabeth Phillips, which is so interesting because I actually just got a different one. I don't know what this one's called. I was recently gifted It Had to Be You by Susan Elizabeth Phillips, and like literally everybody was telling me to read this author. So I would love if this book actually was on audio. So let me go check my library real quick. This is from Vi. I do have the audio. We are going to borrow that, so that is going to be a book I am reading, and I really like that my Patreon picks are ones that really are books I was not going to put on my TBR. So they have been books, some of them have been meaning to get to for a very long time, some of them are new to me reads, so very excited for that one. So that one's now on my TBR for April. And then I have a bunch that I've just been meaning to get to. I have been feeling slumpy. I did 2 reading vlogs recently where I first was just like an average week of reading for me, this is what it looks like, and then another one was Instagram picks my TBR, not a single 5-star read. I've been feeling like everything is like 3.5 stars, which is like not that great of a feeling because it means everything's just like, it's not bad, but it's not good. So these are ones that I think I'm gonna love. We have Fate Inked in Blood. I always want to say just Inked in Blood. A Fate Inked in Blood by Danielle Jensen. I love Danielle Jensen so much and her fantasy. So this one's a Viking fantasy, so that's why this one is definitely one that I want to read, and it's so pretty. So hopefully I enjoy this. I'm a little nervous to read it with all the sprayed edges, and it's only 400 pages, which is very nice. Then I do believe I have these on audio. I believe Hoopla has them. I would love to finish the Kings of Italy series by Mila Finelli. I think I'm missing book 4. Did I never own book 4? I will have to fix that. But I have Mafia Madman is book 3. Then we have something, and then we have Mafia Virgin. And so these are like coming out because these were gifts to me that I've been meaning to read. So I really liked this series. I haven't read Mafia in so long, and I've just been feeling like things that I'm reading now aren't working, like straight up contemporary. It's just not doing well for what I really want to read. So we're going to throw some Mafia in there. Hopefully I like these, and I've also been doing a lot of audiobook listening lately. So if they're on audio, great. And then I actually went to Barnes & Noble today and bought the second book to this book, and I figured I might as well read this to see if I like it. So it is long, but it is Empire of the Vampire by J. Christoph. I also always see Lachlan posting about this book. I believe she loves it. So I don't know anything about this, except for that is a dark fantasy. And it has really pretty illustrations all throughout. And the second book is gorgeous. I bought the Barnes & Noble edition of the second book. So we'll see if I end up liking this. Someone said that I wouldn't, and that just makes me kind of want to read it more because I bought it. So we'll see. And then I ended up buying this. Let me know if you want a vlog for it. It is The Idea of You by Robin Lee. This is what's going to be a movie. The movie trailer looks so good, but I did have a friend tell me, be careful with the end of this book. So I am very nervous, but it's a older woman, younger man. He's a musician and she's like an art curator, I think. And so I really want to read it before the movie comes out because the movie looks phenomenal. Then I really want to read Spark of the Everflame. I recently did haul this book, and this is a book that I've been seeing everywhere, and multiple people have messaged me that I should read this. And when multiple people are messaging me about a book, that means like, oh, I should really be paying attention. So this one is a fantasy romance. I have heard book 2 is better than book 1, but I really want to read book 1, so I am excited. And it's also not too long either. It's just over 400 pages, and the font's not like too tiny, so I feel like I could actually fly through this, and I just really want a good fantasy romance to love. I was gonna put, maybe if I have time on audio, The Ballad of Never After by Stephanie Garber. I read the first book and I was expecting it to be a fantasy I loved, and it was just like 3.5 stars. It was fine. So I need to find books that aren't just fine, books that I love. I also want to read Check and Mate by Ellie Hazelwood. I do have the audio of this. I've had a lot of people tell me that they really liked it. I was nervous because I thought it was YA, but people have said it's more like new adult because they are not in high school. I think they're like 19, 20. It has to do with chess, which, you know what, I really did like the Queen's Gambit show, so I think I'll like this. We'll see. I also have a new Katerina Mora. I just want another billionaire romance in my life too, and this one is the new one that just came out, and it is a marriage of convenience. I think they were secretly engaged to one another. He knows that they're engaged and she doesn't know that they're engaged. I don't know, but I feel like Katerina Mora usually hits for me, so I really want to read her new book. And then I was sent Compass and Blade, which is a YA, but it is a fantasy, and it has to do with ships, and she is a wrecker, so she swims out to shipwrecks to plunder them, so she has to rescue survivors, and they arrest her father, so she strikes a deal with one of the wreck survivors to find a family secret buried in the sea. I don't know, but it's really short too, so I really want to read that. I like things set at sea. Okay, and then I also have a couple that have been on my TBR for a little bit that I'm adding to this. We have A Dawn of Onyx. I really want to get to this. Now, I did like listening to the Stephanie Garber, so I might just listen to this on audio. I don't know though, because I just feel like I really need to pay attention to my fantasy, so we'll see. But she is a healer, and she is in prison, and she teams up with someone else in prison to do something. Then I also really want to get to Trial of the Sun Queen. I just like am really in the mood for fantasy, and I feel like fantasy is gonna hit for me. So this one, oh, I do have some art in here. This one, they're on trial to be, I think they have to like compete to the death to become queen. Very intriguing to me. I love that. I love more action-packed fantasy, so there's that. And then I never got around to How You Get the Girl by Anita Kelly. I think that Christy didn't love it, so I've been like a little hesitant to start and lowering my expectations because I loved Something Wild and Wonderful by this author, but this one is a sapphic romance where one is a basketball coach and one is a former WNBA player, and one is the foster parent of one of the basketball players. They end up coaching together, so I think it's gonna be really cute, and I hope I like it. We'll see. And then we do have some new releases coming out. There are quite a few new releases I'm for sure going to get to. We have Elsie Silvers coming out in April, which I don't even know the plot. Like, I don't care about the plot. I am ready to get this book and read it. We'll see if I get an ARC. I did sign up, but I think they're very competitive. And then we also have King of Sloth by Anna Huang coming out, I think at the end of April, and I'm very excited for this one. I really enjoyed King of Greed, and I've been loving this series so much. So we have billionaires. I think this is a grumpy heroine and sunshine hero, so that'll be good. And then we have Pirate Girls by Penelope Douglas. I feel like this book was supposed to come out so long ago, and we are finally getting this one. I have no idea what this one is about either, but I did see them posting to Instagram that this was coming out, so obviously I added it to my TBR. And then we have Midnight of Ashes by Tessa Hale comes out in April as well. This is book 2 after Twilight of Embers. It is a dragon shifter Why Choose Romance. Very, very excited for this one. I cannot wait to see what happens next. It is book 2 out of 3 though, like it's going to be a trilogy. So I do have an early copy of Abby Jimenez's book. I plan on reading that before April. But if I'm missing any like huge, usually I've already made my April romance releases video and Instagram post before I film my TBR, so I usually have a really good idea of what's coming out, but I honestly have no idea what's coming out in April. So we're just gonna see where the month takes me. I'm trying to sign up for less arcs because I just do not have time to read all the arcs. And then I start feeling slumpy because then I feel forced to read and it's just not fun. So I will try not to sign up for too many arcs, and I say that as I have 3 sitting on my TBR right now. But anyways, let me know what you're reading in April, what you plan to read, or what your thoughts are on these books. I would love to hear, and that's all I have. As always, thank you so much for watching and have a good day. Bye.